So here's the formula for the Euclidean distance, and then here's our table that we base our coordinates and values off of. And so I already written out the equations from that. Basically, I already plugged in the coordinates and I put them above. And so I'm going to work out each one. So 1 minus -1 is 2, so that's 2 squared, plus 0 squared. So which is basically equal to 4, and the square root of 4 is 2. So our next one is 1 minus 0, which is 1. This 1 squared is 1, plus 0. The square root of 1 is 1. Oops. So, and then this one, 1 minus 0 is 1. Square that, and that's 1. The 1 minus 2 is -1. Square that is 1. The square root of 2 is 1.41. 1 minus 1 is 0, plus 1 minus -1, which is 2, and then 2 squared is 4, and then again we have 2. Next is 1 minus 1 is 0, and then 1 minus 0 is 1, and the square root of 1 is 1. And then 1 minus 1 is 0, and then -1 squared, which is equal to 1, so then we have 1 again. And then this one is 1 minus 2 is 1 squared, and then plus 1, or -1 squared. So basically that is equal to 2, and the square root of 2 is 1.41. And then this is our last coordinate, 2, 3, and so 1 minus 2 squared is going to be -1 squared plus -2 squared, so that's going to be 1 plus 4 basically, which is equal to 5, and the square root of 5 is 2.41. So those are our values. And so I'm going to go ahead and display them up here. So -1, 1 is 2, 0, 1 is 1, 0, 2 is 1.41, and then 1, -1 is 2, and then 1, 0 is 1, and then 1, 2 is also 1. And then we have 2, 2, which is 1.4, and then we have 2, 3, which is 2.14. So since k is equal to 4 on this one, we're going to pick the lowest 4 values. And so for this, I'm going to use a highlighter to show you the lowest ones. So we have obviously 0, 1, because 1. And then our next lowest value is 1, 0, 1, 1, 2, and then 1. And then we'll just pick the first 1.41, which is 0, 2. Those are our 4 lowest values. And as you can tell, these 3 out of 4 of them are positive, and then this one's negative. Therefore, it is going to be, k equals 4 is going to be negative, because 3 out of 4 of them, k equals 4 is going to be positive because 3 out of 4 of them are positive. So, therefore, it is positive. So, that's for k equals 4. So k equals 6 is the same thing, except we're gonna draw 6 of these instead of 4 coordinates. And so it's the same thing up here. -1, 1 is 2, 0, 1 is 1, 0, 2 is 1, 0.41 actually, sorry. And then 1, -1 is 2, and then 1, 0 is 1, and then 1, 2 is 1, and then 2, 2 is 1.41, and then 2, 3 is 2.41. So for this, we also find the 6 lowest values. And so obviously we're gonna start with our 1s again. So 0, 1 is gonna be 1, and then 1, 0 is gonna be 1, and then 1, 2 is gonna be 1, and then both of our 1.41s are gonna be 1, and then we'll just pick the first 2, or the first 2. So our coordinates are -1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, and then 1, 2, and then 2, 2, like I said above. And then for these, so it's about 50-50. So 0, 1, and 1, 0, and 1, 2, they're all positive, but then we have 3 negatives as well, 2, 2, and 0, 2, and then -1, 1. And so in my mind, I would think that negatives outweigh a positive. And so I would say, even though it's 50-50, there's 3 negatives and 3 positives, I would say that K6 would still be negative. So